everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. Look at this lovely, shiny and sunny day. Guys, I'm on the way to have a look at a Mercedes Vito non-starter. This other shop, they diagnosed, or they reckon there is a problem with the EIS, electronic ignition switch. I don't know yet if that's the problem or not, but that's what I'm heading to have a look at. Now, I don't think I'm going to be allowed to record in there, so I will try to take a few pictures, but if the problem is what I think it is, I will carry on recording. If the problem is not what I think it is, well, I don't even know if this is going to make to a video, but stay tuned. Let's see if we can get this Mercedes running. I don't have any scan tools with me right now. I only have hand tools. I'm on my van, as you can probably see. So yeah, guys, let's gonna see if we can get this one sorted. Okay, and we are on the way back, and basically what the van does is the following. When you put the key in the ignition, there is a noise coming from inside of the steering lock, but the steering lock was already removed, and the steering lock does not unlock. So I can hear a sort of, there is like an attempt for the steering lock to unlock, but it doesn't do that. So I believe because it's not unlocking, the ignition is not coming on. So there's no ignition at all. So you just put it in, you hear that sort of 3 or 4 clicks from inside the steering lock. Then the noise stops and there's no ignition at all. But I think the ignition would only come on, or I could only turn the key to get ignition on once the steering lock sends the signal back that is unlocked, that is in the unlocked position. So I got with me the steering lock and the keys, so I can go there at a later stage and try. And unfortunately I don't have, I guess I could have get the steering lock as well and try to connect everything on the bench, perhaps try to get everything running on the bench, see if that would work. Yeah, I could have done that. And I haven't done it. Shall I go back and get the electronic steering switch as well? I was thinking that I might figure out what the problem is just by opening the lock, but shall I go back? Shall I go back or no? Okay, guys, and I did not went back to pick up the electronic ignition switch. Hopefully I will not need that. Now what so just recapping what I've said, so every time I would put the key on, I could see the lock here just like sort of try to move, but wouldn't go all the way back, and would do that like 3 or 4 times and then would stop. So I think there is a few times that the steering lock is going to attempt to move. If it doesn't reach its position, it's going to fail. It just stops trying. So I didn't got any scanners as I said. So, but I'm hoping that this is going to be my problem. So we are gonna how this is locked in here. I don't know how this is secured in place, so I'm gonna have to find out, try to open this and see if we can figure out what is wrong, basically. Okay, guys, and the steering lock is pretty much opened and I want to take you through the steps before I lose track. So the first thing you need to do is remove this cap. Okay, this cap does have these little sort of coils. The way you remove this, the way I do it, is I put a really tight T-torque, just put him in the middle, press as hard as you can, and then you start to turn. You're only gonna turn one way, I believe it turns that way, I think it is. Because if you turn the opposite way, you're just gonna wide the spring and it's gonna lock. So, but the other way, you start and it starts to turn, and as you turn, you start to slowly pull it out, and that will just slide out. So that's the first thing you do. Once this is removed, you take this off. The actually lock, it just slides out, and then you have this pin here on the side that, with everything in place, it only turns like that, so it doesn't allow you to remove it. But once you take that out, it will come all the way up. You pull it out, and then it just comes out like this. Okay, and now we should be able to remove the rest of it. Let's gonna figure out how it comes out. Okay, and let me turn that off. And completely disassembled now. So to remove the bottom plastic cover, you just literally pull it out and it comes off, and then you just push these out. So this is going to be like that. If you push out, I pushed on this plastic side here, right underneath here. You push it out and it just slides out. Test of the motor runs okay, it's good. Removed the relays. The relays are working, at least the coil side. I just need to make sure they are actually obviously closing the right circuit. Is the only thing I haven't checked yet. But that failing or that being good, my only next thing to check is that the position sensors in there's 2 position sensors, is check that these position sensors are actually sensing okay. And if everything checks out okay, I think it's going to be time to get the maxi-Cs, go there and try to figure out what's wrong then. See what the maxi-Cs tell us. I will take probably the star machine as well, just for the safe side, in case if there's anything that maxi-Cs can't do, and go from there. I hope it's not one of those neck failures. This is the neck microcontroller. I hope it's not one of those failures. But yeah, I don't know what to do next. Actually, I know. Let's check the relays, make sure they are closing okay. Check the position sensors and go from there. Okay guys, and I just came here where the van is parked. So I have just plugged everything back in like that. The steering lock is there. So before I put the steering lock back on, guys, I have lubricated everything properly, put everything in place, all done. The only thing left is some of the pins that holds. Hold on, I will show you. I will put them in a minute. They're here in my pocket. Is these little pins. There's 2 left. I only put 2 so everything holds in place, but that's it. But look at this. So when I put this in, look at that. All sweet. So what I'm going to do now is finish to close the lock, put the lock in place, or even if I don't put it in place, and it's going to be try to start the van. The battery is charging at the moment, so let me just get this a little bit more presentable and see what happens. Fingers crossed. In the meantime, guys, and before I do all that, I'm going to scan the car or the van, see if there's any codes, look at some live data, some status and all that stuff. Okay guys, and I'm doing the auto scan. There's no funny lights, no nothing. Obviously scanning now, other than the engine light on. But we do have communications with the engine and there is no faults, which is good. So everything looks good, guys. I haven't tried to crank the engine yet. I will do that in a second. For now, let's just see what's wrong in there. See what all these faults are. I think I'm going to ignore these faults. Just going to clear everything. Turn ignition off, back on. Do another auto scan, because some of these faults, I don't know what they've been doing here. The car is like this. That's how I found it today. Well, the last time was already like this, but I don't know what's been done. So okay, just bear with me, guys. Okay guys, after the erasing nothing came back, but obviously I haven't cycled the ignition yet, but this is already a good sign. It's gonna come out. So ignition off, ignition back on. Come here. Ignition back on. Bingo. Now let's try to do an auto scan again and see which faults comes back. Okay guys, and from all the modules only one fault came back on the instrument cluster. Let's see what is there, if there's anything that I need to worry about. That's fine. Not worry about that. Okay, so I think it's time now to try to crank this engine. Actually, before that, there is no fault, so I think he's gonna start no problem. Let's gonna try. Okay, I'm ready to give it a go. Let's just cycle the ignition. Okay guys, fingers crossed. This battery is no good. The battery is not fully charged yet. That's gonna be a problem. Okay, let me wait for the battery to charge a little bit more. And look at that guys. So I had to jump here with my van. I think the battery on this is not very good, because even jumped with the van I struggled to get it running, but look at that, back up and running. Sweet. Okay guys, and another happy customer. We got it sorted. I don't know if I mentioned, but I've when I put the steering lock back on, I got it all greased up, properly done. So it looks like the steering lock for some reason was stuck and was not obviously engaging or disengaging. And open it and put it all back together, it kind of did the trick. I've started and stopped the van a few times and running fine. So I think that that's gonna be it for this video really. Nothing special. I haven't really done nothing that interesting, but still I hope that there's some information on this video that you guys are gonna find it useful. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, any comments, put them below, and like always, thanks for watching guys. See you next time.